Hello, guys, and welcome back to Tech Conversations. Firstly, if you haven't already, make sure to check out Moomoo. Right now, you can get up to 15 free stocks, each stock potentially valued up to $2,000 a share by using my link in the description below. Right now, you could also earn a 5.1% APY on your uninvested cash on Moomoo. So go ahead and check out Moomoo first. I'll put a link to them in the description below. So, learning the ins and outs of options wasn't a walk in the park for many. It's been a path strewn with trial and error, often at the expense of hard-earned money. How many of you guys can say that you've truly sailed through without a scratch? Looking back, I can't help but wish for a guide like this one, a beacon of knowledge that could have shone light on the complex mechanisms of options. Now, Moomoo emerges is that very guide, crafted to offer clarity and empower your financial strategy. So this isn't just about making choices, it's about making well-informed decisions. So join me here in this video as we embark on a journey through Moomoo's platform where insights lead the way. It's time to reshape your understanding of options. So let's get started. Let's talk about buying calls and buying puts here on Moomoo. So here we are on Moomoo's desktop app. We're on the options tab here and we're on this chains section. So the options chain is a critical map in the world of options. It's here where you can view all available contracts for an assets like calls and puts side by side across various strike prices and expiration dates. Now, let's start here with call options. So how do we go to the calls? Up here, there is this call button. So let's click on this. And as you can see, we can see all of the available call options for the current selected ticker symbol, which right now is Tesla. Of course, you can change that here to whatever stock you want to look at the calls on. So remember, a call gives you the right, not the obligation, to purchase an underlying asset at a predetermined price, which is known as the strike price. Again, we can see the strike price right here in this column. Before a set expiration date, we can see the expiration date here above. So of course we can, change expirations to what we want it to be. I'm just going to leave it as December 15th for this demo. And so here, of course, again, you can select any call option you want. Keep in mind there's a lot of valuable information here as well on each option, like volume, open interest, implied volatility, delta, and other things. Now, on the other side of calls, because remember, calls is a bullish strategy, meaning you want the price of a stock to go up. On the other side of that, we have put options. So again, we can go up here and switch over to puts. Remember, puts are a bearish strategy, meaning you want the price of the stock to go down here. Now, when it comes to puts allow you to sell the underlying asset at the strike price before the expiration date. Remember, you have the right but not the obligation to sell the underlying asset at the strike price before the expiration. So let's say you were holding Tesla stock, you're holding shares of Tesla, and you bought a put on this Tesla. So you're now going to be limiting the potential downside risk of your asset against market downturn while holding the put option. And so again, we have our strike price here for the put, we have our expiration date here, and again, each option has all this valuable information like volume, open interest, IV, delta, and other things here. So here's where you would come to select a put, right? So we can just click here, and as you can see down here, we get this order entry menu where we can go ahead and place a put or again, we could switch over to calls and buy a call or buy a put, whatever it is that we're looking to do. So Moomoo's desktop app brings the complexity into a simple, intuitive experience with a few clicks, right? We can filter, we can select, we can analyze options with ease. Moomoo transforms intricate data into clear, actionable insights, making the sophisticated simple, whether you're at home or on the move. Now, to harness the full potential of options, keen analysis is your ally. So it's not just about the numbers here, it's about understanding the story they tell. And so we can discover the power of insights with Moomoo's unusual options activity tracker. So if we go up here, there's another tab right next to the option chain that's called unusual activity. So if we click here, we can spot potential trends as they unfold and identify the hidden signals in the market and stay on top of the market. So here we can also filter for specific criteria. So for example, what types of options do we want to see? Do we want to see both calls and puts? Do we only want to see calls? Do we only want to see puts here? Unusual activity side, unusual activity time. Maybe we only want to see whatever has happened within the last one day. We can, of course, filter for price, for a particular size, premium, or implied volatility. And again, we get this list then on the right of unusual activity, which again can help us potentially spot trends as they unfold. Now next, we want to be able to dive deeper with Moomoo's detailed visualization of strike price and volume distribution. So where do we see this? Again, if we go back up to the top, there's this tab called Options Analysis. So if we click on this Options Analysis tab, here we can investigate deeper using this detailed visualization of strike price and volume. Each strike price tells a part of the story, revealing where traders think the underlying stock price could potentially be going and the confidence that they hold in their positions. So here we can see volume by strike price. And of course, we can filter by calls or by puts again. And of course, we can select a particular expiration date. So let's say we're interested in the expiration date of December 15th. We can leave that there. And let's take a look at calls. What is the volume by strike price? So right away, we can see here that the call option at the 250 strike expiring December 15th has a lot of volume. The most amount of volume out of any of the options expiring on December 15th on the call side here. We can do the same thing for puts. So this could be very valuable information. Now next we have volatility, which is the heartbeat of the market. And with Moomoo's volatility analysis tools, we can dissect this heartbeat. We can measure the pulse of the market and understand the potential for swings and make decisions with a clear vision of risk and opportunity here. So if we take a look right here, volatility term structure, again, we can filter for calls, we can filter for puts here, and we can actually see here that we have 3 different strike prices selected. But of course, we can always change what strike prices we want to look at. And so if we take a look here, for example, at December 15th, notice we can see on the top right, the 3 different strikes we've selected and the corresponding implied volatility of those options, which again can help us make better informed decisions. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Moomoo. So remember, right now you can get up to 15 free stocks, each stock potentially valued up to $2,000 a share by using my link in the description below. Right now, you could also earn a 5.1% APY on your uninvested cash on Moomoo. So again, check out Moomoo. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Thank you for sponsoring this video. So today we talked about the basics of options trading on Moomoo, looking at both calls and puts on Moomoo's desktop platform. We also talked about the importance of analysis by looking at unusual activity. And of course, we also took a look at Moomoo's options analysis tool, which can help us a lot as well by looking at the volume by strike price and the volatility term structure of certain options. You should always use a brokerage that displays your portfolio in an easy way. Moomoo is that app. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.